This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I will be playing the Pulp Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The campaign is Two Headed Serpent. It was written by Paul Fricker, Scott Dorward, and Mathew Sanderson. It's available directly from Chaosium, and it's also available from Drive-Thru RPG. I'm the Keeper of Arcane Lore. Excuse me. I'm the Keeper of Arcane Lore, and this is episode 33. Our recap will be given by Julian Arba as his hero, Stony Cooper. So without any further delays, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Julian?
Hey, Tom. We arrive back in New York from our trip to Iceland. And we spend a good bit of time in our hideout, resting, recuperating, outfitting it with poultry and potentially some small woodland creatures. We also learn a lot about Sal and actually employ Sal as our butler, maybe? I don't know. But he's there, and he's great. We also spend a considerable amount of time discussing what we need to do. And back and forth and back and forth. And finally, after some time, we all eventually end up back at Caduceus. We explained to Caduceus that our trip to Iceland was a complete bust. Overwhelming force. We tried to get a cylinder. The whole mountain blew up. And we were just not successful in any way, shape, or form. Oddly enough, Caduceus bought our story, which was kind of interesting. But they did. So we are trying to figure out our place in Caduceus, knowing what we now know about Caduceus as well as also the Inner Night. And I feel like that we're kind of in a tight spot because it seems like both parties are trying to achieve the Citadel, get into Mu, and take over the world. That seems to be what both of these groups are trying to get into. Byrne actually decides to have lunch or coffee or something with Dolores. And this turns out to be a very excellent opportunity to learn more about what is going on in Caduceus itself. We get some memos about some different things. We learn about the Cobra Crown, which should have been with Tiranish back in Bolivia, but was not, and now is apparently in Calcutta, roaming around. Another memo talks about the Big Burned Island in Brazil, and a terrible, awful snake that is down there. And a theory that we might be able to use this Cobra Crown as well as a scepter and whatnot to get ourselves onto this island of poisonous snakes. There's also another memo about Tiranish herself, and that Caduceus feel she is a hostile entity And this may be true because it seems like she does not really approve of their behavior. Maybe even she gets an inclination about what they're actually trying to achieve. And so it seems like she is also attempting to get back to Moo. Well, she has been. We knew that, of course. And hopefully we can at some point find Tyrannish again and have an opportunity to tell her what we know, and maybe she can actually assist us with our whatever it is we're going to be doing for Caduceus. Another of the memos also talks about the Citadel itself on Mu and the different kinds of manufacturing possibilities that are there, which obviously would help Caduceus create some kind of dumb spray to make all us mammals subservient and that sort of thing. So, here we are back in New York trying to figure out what we need to do. We know where we're going. We're going to go to Mu at some point. But hopefully we can be the ones in control of what's going on as we progress forward.
Okay. So, what are your immediate plans? The day is, I will say it's getting towards afternoon, and you've gone over the documents that you've received. Plus, you also had other things on your agenda you were interested in.
Yeah, I'm still doodling my plans to build like the cylinder computer, I guess, you know. Buzz kind of has three plans right now. The cylinder computer is one. Second one is getting the sun bomb out of Caduceus and into the safe house or somewhere else, and then figuring out like gate technology. So and how to utilize that. Build our own little gate. That's kind of Buzz's, immediate future plan. Those three things.
I'll say that in your immediate knowledge that's racking around in your brain, gates don't necessarily look like a particular mechanism. I mean, they're caused by a mechanism, but
Yeah.
they can be easily disguised. You think that you could make a gate that just looked like a doorway, and you would just see the other place on the other side and not even realize you'd traveled.
So could I theoretically set one up like in a closet doorway?
Yeah, but if you're going to do research and look through things at Caduceus to see if you
Yeah.
can find any more books, you can give me well, what do you think you should do? Do you have something for weird science or technology or
Um,
intelligence?
I have intelligence. I do have some of that. Mm. Yeah, my library use is not very much. I'll use intelligence.
Yeah.
52 is a regular success.
You realize that you can make a kind of an escape hatch, if you will. It doesn't look like a hatch, but you should be able to create an object or two objects, in fact. They'll end up looking like small cubes, small
Mhm.
metal cubes. And you can leave one in your workshop and take one with you in your pocket. And you can use it to instantaneously teleport back to your
Okay.
office. But the materials, you're going to have to gather those. It might take some time to put that together. There might also be some bizarre rituals or magic or maybe even blood involved. You're not sure.
Yeah.
It's rattling around in your head, but it might be able to transport more than one person, and it might be able, but you're pretty sure it'll only work one way.
Yeah.
It'll bring you back, but then you won't be able to go back to where you were.
Right. So always go back to the safe house, but not safe house to somewhere else.
Right.
Well, safe house to inside my pocket, I guess.
But if you were driving a car and you used it, then that car would continue on and crash into
Right.
something. And
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's what your next project is sort of you got
Yeah.
rattling around in your head.
Yeah.
A gate box, you'll call
Yeah.
it. How about Dr. Haro? What are you doing?
Well, I think we need to. I mean, I'm afraid there's a race to Calcutta on because it seems as though the crown is the key to the island of poisonous snakes, and line of poisonous snakes is the most direct way to Mu. Um, and we don't know what sort of lead either of our friendly adversaries has on us. But we should gather whatever information we can out of Caduceus in preparation for that. Calcutta's a big city, I understand. It's not one I've spent much time in, but it's not as though we can go there and post in one of the English language dailies for Cobra Crown.
Right.
But there might be, there might be records in the archives at Caduceus that will help us.
Or it looks like Gonzalez has already gone through whatever records you had, but there will probably be future memos coming in from their progress should they get more information. Right now, they still don't seem to know where it is.
Yeah, there's some question there for Fern about whether Dolores is going to continue to make these info dumps or how that surprising understanding came to pass between you, that she thoughtfully left this rather serious material with you.
Well, I mean, I had a pretty extensive conversation before we left for Iceland, and I told her to be on the lookout, for anything strange. So I'm assuming that's what she did, and that's why she gathered that information for us.
All of which was surpassingly strange.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, if I was in her pants, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to stay around here much longer. This is pretty out there.
Yeah, and thinking in the longer term, should we require the crown and make it through? Our understanding, as I have put it, if I'm correct, is that if they time shift Mu back where it belongs in the ocean, there'll be a fairly significant cataclysm.
Right. And speaking of that, that's what I was wanting to work on, because we saw that diagram at the laboratory in Iceland, and I was going to see if I could dig up some information maps, try to extrapolate maybe coordinates of exactly where it would come back to here if it did face back into our plane.
Right. Well, with your memory, we should be able to give you a roughly contemporary map, and it should appear practically before you. I'm wondering whether, I don't know how time gates work. If we find our way to the parallel temporal track city of Mu and set off a sun bomb there to destroy this serpentine technology once and forever and reduce that city from the risk of return, will there be a sun bomb in a parallel time that can somehow come back to the Atlantic Ocean? Because that would seem like a very bad outcome indeed. So we'd have to, work out contingencies for how these different mysterious objects might interact.
Dr. Haro, you can do an intelligence roll.
It seems to me that if we were to, jeez, I've been running around a lot. 92 is not, I'm not that smart. Pretty smart. Um, yeah, it seems to me that no, I don't remember. Hmm.
Um, Gustav, what are you doing?
I think last I talked with Dr. Harrow, we wanted to infiltrate the basement. That was before we got all those letters. I'm not sure if Dr. Harrow is still wanting to infiltrate the basement. I think if Caduceus has been searching for this crown for so long, I think 1 or 2 days of delay for us won't make that much of a difference. So probably still checking if I can find a way into the basement without having to report to HQ. So see if I can get in via street vent or the sewers or whatever.
I'd say too that because you've already done it once, the question's more of if you can get down there without setting off any alarms and get a look around.
Yeah, specifically without being seen for me. I think I'm still MIA, so maybe I'm not even the best person for the job, but
Or are you?
I
I
would
thought
like to
everybody's
enter.
come back already.
Oh, then maybe I misunderstood. I thought I was still not there, but if I am, I mean, we can definitely get in that way.
Yeah, I mean, knowing what the security situation is like, having already made a key that lets us get down there, it really is just about, yeah, precautions so that feel like we have enough time down there to explore thoroughly.
Well, not only that, but Dolores did say that Meadam is staying up in his office as a temporary home. So if we can shimmy our way back up through the vents, we might be able to spy on him, see if they say anything of use to us.
That's actually an interesting point. Could we? This is not something I know a lot about, but can we tap the phones?
That's certainly something that Jack might be able to figure out.
Or
Put a transmitter yeah.
could we leave a transmitter just pretty much like a little bit of duct tape on it, constantly going, like near an air vent or something, so that we could always hear what they're saying if we want to?
Jack,
The only trick would be a recording device of some sort that would constantly have to be replacing whatever media you're recording on.
yeah, I think Jack probably could. Oh, Dr. Harrow here.
We just give Sal a lot of wax cylinders and have him just keep cranking.
Jack could probably come up with something to tap the phones or something with, yeah.
Because we don't have a way of like getting pictures or like anything like that. Wait a minute, it's the 30s. We've seen silent films at this point. There's actually probably films that have sound at this point, right? It's 33.
I don't know.
Yeah, Frankenstein's 31.
Yeah, because like Dillinger died in like 32, 33, 34, something like that, and he was watching a movie and it was like sound. I remember that. Okay. So is it possible?
You also
Is
have
it possible
magnetic
that-
tape recording that has been developing over the last
Okay.
10 years or so.
Is it possible for you to like set up a recording that we could watch?
You'd have
Because-
to have a filmmaker standing there doing this with a.
Well, maybe we could like set up get him to jerry rig some kind of gear turn thing. that would
Automate
just
something.
The reason I'm thinking about this is, worst comes to worst, we could always find some kind of information on him and then make him much more pliable to what we're trying to accomplish. Like, I mean, nobody wants to think that snake people are out there. However, if we come across some kind of like footage of that right there, we may start getting some more truthful answers in all of this. Because, I mean, he kills us, that tape disappears, and then the next thing you know, it's in the paper. It's being shown all the way through everything.
I think Joshua can throw enough weight around to.
Maybe, but it won't take a lot for just a little bit of damage can be done. And someone with that big of a name, I don't think they'd want anything like being any kind of like eyes watching them at any point.
Feel like the person posing as Joshua Meadham, the snake person, if they were like exposed, they would just probably leave. I don't think it'd be a big deal to them to just vacate the post. And
I don't think they would want to leave just yet because of all the power and everything they have. It's not exactly easy just to go grab a millionaire and just start changing all of this. This has been 20 years worth of work.
yeah, but if everybody's like, a snake person, I think they're gonna just.
But we don't have, you understand, we're
Well, the
selling
only
fear.
thing that we could do
We're not
as
actually.
far as blackmail Lloyd is
I
prove
don't
that,
like the term
prove that.
blackmail.
Yeah, it is
Fern.
blackmail,
That's
Lloyd.
not really. No, this is for the betterment of everyone. This right
Yeah,
here
well-
is exposing the dirty, nasty, scaly underbelly of
Well, this is blackmail
organization.
for the good of our little camaraderie we have going on. So, the way we can blackmail him is proving that Meadham's actually dead. If he's dead, the company's up in the air.
How are we going to prove Meadham's dead? Because what are we going to do? Show the skeleton? What are they going to do? Take like a piece of the skeleton, go over there, look under a microscope or something like that? Maybe try to like scrape something from like some blood somewhere and come up with all this magical mumbo jumbo and tell who it is?
Well, I'm sure there's a way. We've found a way to do a lot of things. And that would be one of the most powerful ways of taking his power away is if he didn't have access to everything that Meadham had when he took his body.
Fern, you can do an intelligence roll.
Oh, 100.
You want to push it?
Wow. Yeah, I'm going
Those
to
mosquitoes have been
really
going
hard.
around.
Yeah, they're still affecting you.
Yeah, I can I'll try push. I don't know what I'm pushing with. Like like a brain aneurysm just happened in my head and I'm just trying to get past the pain of it, I guess.
Has a brain fart.
Right. Oh, that's better. 35. That's a hard.
You've also got public opinion. If who are you trying to convince? Nobody's going to believe that he's a snake person. They're going to more likely believe that you've orchestrated some ridiculous thing to try to discredit him, and he'll probably have you all locked up in a nut house for saying that he's a snake person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might actually be easier to get him on like embezzlement or money laundering or something like that.
Well, fine. We don't show the video footage to anyone. We just watch it, and then we figure out what's going on. Because for all we know, there's like a secret, like, I don't know, stash or something he has in there that has like all of his secret identities, and he's like actually like 20 different millionaires in the United States, and he's actually all of them. I don't know.
Stoney, what are you up to?
What I'm up to is kind of I'm thinking about our next job is what I'm thinking about. Calcutta. I've never been to Calcutta, don't know anything about Calcutta, so I'd like to maybe head down to the library, maybe even swing past a travel agent and get some information on Calcutta. Just general run-of-the-mill stuff.
Okay. Let me see. Kolkata is on the, I guess it's this, no, it's central India, but it's on the far west coast. It's a huge city. It's a port city, so there's it's not unlike New York, except that it's not got as many buildings.
It's a lot hotter, and the English are in charge.
It's a lot hotter, yeah. Booking passage, you would most likely have to go via ship, and I'm pretty sure it would be a long journey because you'd have to go around the end of Africa to get to the Indian Ocean. Yeah, it'd be a long voyage.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a little shorter in little flying sphere ships.
Have we? I'm sure Buzz has done this, but you've checked like how the fuel situation or however these things are powered, right? So we don't drop in the ocean somewhere. And
I would assume at some point Buzz was looking over the spheres. I forget how many we have, but at some point while he's doing that, anybody who's witnessing Buzz just kind of starts, again, no pun intended, buzzing instead of speaking, and comes out of that state fully knowing how these things work and how to power them and then fuel them if they need fuel.
It's not really fuel. They're powered by those crystals, which emit some sort of radiation that powers the ship.
Yeah, so Buzz to Gustav is like bzz, 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 bzz,
the
crystals power it.
The crystals are available on Earth, but they come from very deep mining, and in modern lingo, there is no elementary name for what they are. Just call them power crystals or name them if you want.
Do I get the sense that the crystals we have or that are already in there are topped off pretty much, or
yeah, they don't like wear out.
I was going to say, is refueling them going to be an issue we have to worry about? I guess
no. The only thing that you have to worry about is the liquid oxygen that aerates them. They all have a supply, and it can be multiple times reused. But without that, if that sphere takes off at 300 miles an hour, you'll just be turned into jelly on the inside of it.
Okay, so we get in, it closes, it fills up with a liquid, so we don't, pancake ourselves on the back of it as we take off.
Your body, yeah.
Okay, I assumed it would be fine. Just don't want to drop it into the ocean halfway.
How many do we?
Journey. I think we all brought one. I think Sal scooched in with one of us, so I think.
So you have 6 of them.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got one that you were working on that should be easier to repair now that you
know how to. Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah, so we don't have to take a boat unless someone just wants a extended trip at sea. We can zip down there.
It's also not unfeasible to make them bigger than they are. These are just personal transports, but
sphere buses.
Yeah, I'd also, as part of my research, I'd like to kind of go back to Caduceus and look through their records to see if I could find specific references to the crown in Calcutta or around Calcutta.
Okay. When you do that, you find that you are repeating a lot of Gonsalves's previous. It all starts with fairy tales of things that sort of sound like that could be describing this crown that you're looking for. So it's not necessarily that they know that it's there, but that historically, from time to time, these stories pop up and they seem to migrate closer and closer to the Calcutta area of India. So they're hoping that something will surface, and they're definitely looking, but there's a lot of stuff in Calcutta, that's never been documented. So they've probably got a couple of teams out there looking to see if they can find it. It's also possible that if it does exist, so many treasures have been appropriated. For all you know, it could be in the British Library or the British Museum, sitting on a shelf somewhere. They've definitely researched that to see if it is, but didn't find it. So it's an ongoing investigation. Calcutta seems to be the most probable at this point, but certainly not. You think that if you all went there to Calcutta and started looking around for it, you would be spotted by other Caduceus people who would wonder why you were there looking for what they're looking for.
Just taking a sabbatical.
Yeah, that would be highly, they would consider that highly unlikely that there's such a coincidence.
All 6 of us going to the same place.
But definitely at some point, you're probably going to end up in Calcutta. And you can get there faster than anybody.
For sure.
So it feels like either Calcutta or the Snake Islands probably are next.
Lloyd.
Okay.
Lloyd, what's up with you other than occasionally canary eating? And are you out and about?
I've been thinking kind of long and hard about what Sal's been talking about. And I actually want to go find Goose because I have a question for him. But I would want to kind of do this in like a semi-private kind of thing.
Okay. Goose, what are you up to when he finds you?
Let's say I'm feeding the chickens in our chicken coop. And maybe I'm just eating a raw egg as he comes in.
Just do a little knock knock as I come in there before all the chickens start going haywire.
You swallow the chicken egg, squeeze it in your throat, and then spit out the shells.
Is that how snakes do it, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Cool. Nice.
Hey, Goose.
Hey, Lloyd.
I've got a question for you. You remember back in Oklahoma, the whole like preacher thing, you look like him, all that kind of bullshit. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, keeping that in mind, do you also remember what Tiranish told us about a month or so ago, maybe a little bit longer, when she was telling us how all of that worked? She mentioned there was like a handful of ways in which you could do that.
Yeah, slipping on a new skin. It's there are levels to it.
Didn't she mention one that wouldn't involve fully eating the person, but that it would actually work better as well?
Yeah, well, the way I've understood it, if you're skilled enough, if you're comfortable enough with how the magic works, I think you could just need some of the essence of a person, and they could still be alive even. They would just fall into a deep, long sleep while you were assuming that likeness.
And you'd be able to pop it on whenever you wanted to as well, if I remember correctly.
I haven't checked on the spell. I think there was something like you can re-change
it's
into...
like a Rolodex, if I remember correctly. And
something like that.
Yeah. So,
however,
no, sorry, go ahead.
Gustav, have you done any further investigation into that? You'd be looking at different kinds of things from the library.
I assume so. Probably when I got back from Oklahoma even.
The one thing that you discover is that, yeah, the most advanced form of the spell, which will allow you to retain the memory of the form, so you can have multiple people you could change into. There's nothing in any of it that you've read that says that the person survives. They might survive for a while, but eventually it sort of drains their essence and they slip into a coma and die. So you're not sure if Tyrannish was telling you the whole truth.
So yeah, there are ways to retain multiple forms of your head, Lloyd, but the persons you're assuming the identity of are, they're gonna give up the ghost sooner rather than later.
Well, I had a little bit of an idea about that, actually. We do have... I'm a little bit of a doctor, I could say. I've dabbled with it a little bit in my studies, but we actually have a medical board-certified doctor who's a little bit probably more... I don't know, what's the term?
Qualified?
No. I don't really like that word, but sure. Yes, it's got a little bit of a bad connotation to it. But yeah, let's use that word. Okay, so these people would eventually become comatose, correct? Now,
yeah.
What if we were to, let's say, right now, let's not focus too hard on the subject of who we get. Let's say we have one. We're starting with that right off the bat. It would be ethical. Saying that shouldn't be hard to accomplish. Now, this is the supposed if we did have someone. Do you think we could set up some sort of lab, something that would allow the person to... We could keep them going for a while, long enough that we could keep the shape that we need, a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 at most, and then we ditch it, and we go back to something else later. But we don't necessarily have to kill them, and we might also have their memory as well. We happen to have a doctor, and they might be able to keep them alive well enough. And if we have Jack, and if he's able to help rig up, I don't know, some kind of bench or some kind of machine, between the two of them, do you think that maybe we could?
I think only you could make it sound ethical to kidnap people off the street and keep them in a hospital wing for 3 weeks in a coma. But as I understand the spell, if you want to retain the form you have to let go of the form or of the memory of the form or the essence of the person soon, because otherwise they'll be doomed.
So what, a couple of weeks, you think? 2-3 weeks
I really
at most?
I check my memory if
the thing is that you don't know the answers to any of this.
Okay, so
there's
I'll
not a
probably
definitive encyclopedia of how snake people do this.
I'll probably be cautious and say it's probably not too long. I would say a week would be stretching it, Lloyd.
Okay. We could work with a week, starting off. Maybe we can get better.
Who do you have in mind?
It's not even necessarily...
You sound like you're going somewhere.
Lloyd definitely knows a lot of bad people.
Now, when I say ethical, there are those people out there that don't help other people like us. We're good people. We go out of our way to save as many people as we can constantly. Think about all the people we saved, just the two of us alone, back in the fucking frozen wasteland of Iceland, Greenland, whatever the fuck we just went. Now, we're good people, right? I feel like we are. We're good people. Now, what I'm trying to say is there are others that aren't so good people. And we're not even talking about killing these people. As a matter of fact, we're just talking about maybe giving them a little bit of time to rest and maybe rethink what they're doing with their lives. If anyway, we're helping change them.
I mean, if you're able to get him in, kidnap him, dose
I
him or
don't like the
drug him,
term
and
kidnap. This right here is more like they're just taking a bit of a hiatus. They're a little bit of a week-long vacation. I mean, for all we know, they're going to lose a little bit of weight. They're going to come out of it. They're going to feel like $1 million. It's going to be great. Now,
just some involuntary vacation. Okay, perfect. I mean,
I'm sure we could do a voluntary
if
as
it-
well if we wanted to pay them. I mean, we don't necessarily
I mean,
have to give full
I'm
details of
all-
what we're doing, but
it depends on what you want, who you get, and what you want to do with them. But I'm not. I'm open to the idea of having a few people in the basement here. You know,
do you think Harrow or Jack might go for it?
I think it really depends on who you want to bring in, and if you stress that they should survive or they will survive. Maybe that's a better way of phrasing it for Dr. Harrow. I think he might, but I don't know for sure.
Let me worry about convincing
I mean,
him. That shouldn't be that
with-
hard of a thing. It'd be fine. Like,
You say we're good people. I think Dr. Harrow's moral compass is a bit more tight or a bit more strict than ours, if I'm totally honest, Lloyd.
but we're not talking about killing anyone. Well, not intentionally. We're talking about saving people, Goose. That's what we're talking about. At the end of the day, we are saving people.
Good intentions
don't-
can have bad consequences, but
It
fine.
can also have good consequences. You ever think about that? So what I'm saying is, do you think maybe we should bring this up to them, or should this be, you said you'd be receptive to it, or should this be something that I should maybe start looking to outsource myself? I might, just in the back old days of, I don't necessarily want to go deal with them, but I'm sure there was a doctor or two that we had in the back that we could call on who might be able to look the other way for a few dollars.
Just broach the subject with them. And if they seem apprehensive, you can always, on the down low, still start your own little coma basement somewhere.
But it does sound like something that you might be interested in, and something I could
I think it
kind
would-
of say softly that I could say I have your, I don't know, your following, your blessing, however you want to say this. I have your approval. I have.
You have my scaly back on. I'll have your scaly back on this one. Definitely. I think it would definitely improve or further our goals to have some disguises at the ready or be able to impersonate some people in New York that we need to.
And a good thing, it'd be revolving. We wouldn't be using the same one repeatedly because, I mean, we don't really intend to kill them. So let's work on the, not even work on the assumption. We're not killing anyone. We're putting a hard stance on that. We're not killing anyone. We're just wearing them for like, you know, their likeness for like a week or so. So we're not even actually killing anyone. And it'll be a revolving kind of situation of where we don't have to, you know, they're not going to know who they're always looking for. And I'm
The
not
only
bad
thing you
with
have to-
disguises myself, but
I mean, the only thing I would say is be careful. Like, how are you going to make sure they forget that we put them on hiatus or that they've been out for a week or whatever? A gap in their
Well,
memory might cause some
ano-
issues.
another reason I wanted maybe to also ask you how you think Harrow would go about this. He has mentioned a few times, you know, time and time again, just throwing it around, just kind of, I don't really know why he's got to brag like this, but he's mentioned something about hypnosis.
I think the participant has, if he's willing, that makes it way easier. But I think on unwilling subjects, it is
if they're-
possible.
if
We
they're
should we
willing.
should approach him.
Because they would be willing, and then afterwards, we just had a little bit of a nap. We have Sal take care of them, maybe administer whatever they need. I'm sure we can get some kind of food inside of them at a time, like something just to make sure that it is a smooth transition for a week.
Move
And
their
then-
muscles. Yeah.
Anything like that. I'm sure he could be a nurse. And after we're all said and done, We go take them somewhere, put them off in a safe location, put a 20 in their pocket, and leave them.
I mean, it's a small price to pay for having us save the world.
I really do kind of think so, in all honesty. I don't feel like this is hurting anyone. If anything, it's helping save the world.
All right. So, what are you going to do anything immediately? Are you ruminating on this and making plans and getting ready?
After talking to Goose, and he seems to
all
like
of
be
you.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Say around noon. You guys are in various places. You're either at Caduceus, you're at Jack, you're at the workshop. Frankie comes into the workshop, having been out running errands. And she's like, hey, boss, a man walked up to me and handed me this. I was over by the old shop. I think he looked a little gangsterish. And she hands you the note. And it says Green Garden Cafe, Brooklyn, 4:00. Bring your friends. And it's signed Bonaventure, which you recall is one of Bonanno's capos.
Okay. So probably somebody we've dealt with before, or
Yeah.
okay. 4:00, Green Garden Cafe. Okay. I'll communicate to everybody. It seems that Bonanno's men, or one of his men, wants us at the Green Garden Cafe at 4:00.
Oh, all right. That's all that it said?
Yeah, I handed a note to Frankie. Somebody we dealt with them before with, vehicles, but we've been
Hoping Sierra Niche would give us a note to meet somewhere, but I guess we could see the banana guy.
Well,
I don't
I just
know.
had a breakthrough, guys, though. And you just hear a bunch of papers like crinkling in the background. I found out where the location of Moo probably is.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it looks like it was located somewhere off the French Polynesian Islands, and it probably was the reason the cataclysm happened.
when it disappeared. Yeah.
Right.
Be a lot of displacement of water.
I made a mess here though. I'm gonna have to clean it up before we meet up. But I'll bring my papers with me back to our safe house.
Congratulations on the breakthrough.
Yeah.
We'll have to, yeah, we should maybe look around there and see if there's any sort of residual anomaly. If there's some place that doesn't work right because something has been tucked away. As far as meeting mobsters at the Brooklyn Cafe, the Red Hook information was useful. So,
Yeah.
as long as we take precautions regarding our physical safety, I see no reason not to go.
Yeah. I'll bring some grenades.
We could all wear green carnations. That'll just freak him out.
Yeah.
Are they
Right.
making those this time of year?
We use, you know better than I, Fern. I think you could put dye in white carnations water and make any color you want.
Right. I just thought that was more of a St. Patty's Day type thing.
It's been a while, but what did the Bonanno guy see in the warehouse? Like he didn't see any of the supernatural, right?
Everybody
I
died, right?
think.
I don't think any of the gangsters
Ah, okay,
survived the
okay,
encounter.
Yeah.
okay. That was it. I'm sorry.
So I think, yeah, we all just meet there at 4 o'clock. Everybody who's available, it said bring your friends. So is that going to work for everybody?
Yeah, fine by me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm,
I haven't caught up with them in a while. Sure, I'd be down.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
almost done
just
feeding
keep
the
keep your
livestock. So.
sentences short, Lloyd. Very, very short.
I don't know what
Did
you're
you-
afraid of, Fern.
And Lloyd, this might be a good chance to prospect any future endeavors. You know, anything we. Okay.
Did you want? You've got about 4 hours, we'll say. Did you want to do anything before that? Any of your?
I think I talked with
snooping
Frankie. I talked with Frankie about I need a closet here in the safe house, or she's been here longer than I have. Where's a good place I can block off? I have this thing I'm working on where anywhere in the world we can come back here, but I need to make sure that space is open so we don't you know, open a weird portal onto something. Is there a closet we're not using?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Find that closet, clear it out,
All right. So anybody want any further investigation?
I'd like to
Gonna
do
snoop
what
around.
I want to get to the cafe by 3 at the latest to see if they're, setting something up. If there's travel time between Midtown and there, which I should have at least an hour free, I'd like to just go to the public library. I don't know anything. I know that the Indian subcontinent is rife with religions, a few major ones and hundreds or thousands of little ones. I'd like to see if there are any articles about snake worshippers in Asia or in South Asia, and if they've come across the authorities or if there's any names or temples.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there are snake worshippers. So
Right.
you
There-
do that research.
Yeah, I don't get the name of a temple that's notable or anything like that.
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Fern, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I think Fern, because she didn't know if Dr. Harrow was joking or not. She's going to go back to her apartment, to her greenhouse, and get carnations and dye them to bring to the restaurant.
Okay. All right. So, Gustav, you going to do anything?
No.
All right. All right. So, Dr. Jude, you get into the area first. You don't see any activity at all. The others start to get close. Probably about 3:50. You see a big old limo pull up and some men get out. You don't see Bonanno directly, but you see a couple of others. One of them's probably this Bonaventure fellow. You think you've seen a couple of them before, and they go inside. And the car, somebody drives the car around back and parks it. You guys all meet up in the front
Yeah.
and go in together.
Get our
I brought your flowers.
flowers.
Okay.
One for you,
Oh.
one for you.
Oh, Fern, you shouldn't have. And he's just looking at it like, you shouldn't have. He just like puts it in a pocket. I imagine it's like sticking up. He just looks down at it. He just starts sneezing randomly.
All right. So when you go into the cafe, the first thing you notice is, I mean, it doesn't look like they've seen you come in and they're arguing back and forth with one another. You can see, let's see, Casal and Bonventri, that's his name, Bonventri, and Briascani. They're sitting there and they look angry and upset. They don't look calm and what you'd expect. And they see you and they're like stand up and they're like, come over here. They forego all of the niceties. It's not please sit down, enjoy, whatever. It's just like we need some answers. What the fuck went on in that warehouse? Some of my people have found these bug things, and some of my people, the people that went in there were killed. And we want to know what the fuck is going on. This is Caduceus is doing, and Bonanno is out for some serious revenge on Caduceus. What do you got to say?
Well, I don't really know what to tell you. Your men went into a warehouse, encountered things they weren't prepared for, and died.
You notice that he's not only furious, but he's furious especially at Brescani. He says, "This dumb fuck here is the one that gave us the tip that the drugs were going in and out, and he hasn't, been able to answer." And Brescani's like, "Look, I got my sources, and they said that the drugs were going, in and out, and that we needed to do some to attack."
Can I do like a psych check on this? Is this guy lying? The one who's over here saying he's got a tip. I'm just trying to see if he's being fed dirty information or random stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Inner Night is feeding him information.
Oh no! If we could look good on this, it'd be great. You know what? Screw it. I'll spend some luck. I'll do that to pass. It's a regular pass.
Okay. Get the feeling that there's definitely something wrong. Now, it sounds like Brescani's trying to make sure he doesn't himself get into big trouble with the big shots. He's also a capo. He's an important part of this, and he's gotten in trouble, and that fucker's eyes don't blink as you're looking at him.
Brescani's don't blink?
Brescani's don't blink.
Did your orders come down from the top? I'm trying to understand why you're calling us here. Did you get your orders from Bonanno to go to that warehouse?
No. Bonanno wants to know what the fuck was up with all of his, with some of his men getting killed. I mean, this guy's partly to blame because he gave us the tip to go there and stop Caduceus from stealing our drug stuff. And Brescani's like, I went by the information that I got. You guys were supposed to go in there, but I can't help it if people got killed in the process. And he's still not fucking blinking.
Okay, so Remind me, who are the two people? There's Briscano here, who is not blinking, who is the lower capo, and then the other.
Right. Bonaventre.
Bonaventre.
And
Casal.
And I'm trying
Casal's
to remember
not saying anything.
Bonaventre. I'm looking at all of them now, like checking for like eyes or shadows or just like random things that I would.
The other guys are blinking.
Okay. I'm trying to remember, where do they set in the line of things right here in this family? Briscano's capo.
They're direct captains underneath Bonanno.
Okay, but they are all kind of in the same line together, like they are working together, and Briscano's not under them, correct?
Yeah, they probably have different territories. Yes, they should all be equals.
Do I remember? Did we feed them that information through Lloyd?
No.
Okay.
They brought the warehouse stuff to us, but they were convinced it was about parallel drug smuggling.
Where did you get your information from? I'm still trying to figure out why you've called us here. We didn't feed you information.
He hem-haws a little, but he tries to give you the old excuse that, he's not going to give up his sources, but then he starts pushing blame on others. It must have been, false information from Larry the Weasel and all of this stuff. And they're like, Larry the Weasel, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay.
You also notice something very else that's important. He doesn't sweat.
I'm going to do my own psychology roll on this.
Am I the only one who notices it so far? Or is everyone starting to notice
You've probably all started to notice it at this point.
Okay. Otherwise, I was going to lean into Stoney and let him know. Like, I was going to whisper to him.
I'm going to spend 3 to pass my psychology as, someone who's dealt with these people probably personally at some point.
Well, you're getting the distinct feeling that Brescani is not Brescani. He's probably a snake person.
So he's acting different than what I've probably dealt with before.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
But you never noticed before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up from the table, and I'm gonna get real close to Briscano's face, and I'm just gonna kind of look at him real close.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he tries to back away from you.
Yeah. Like, I think you're not telling us the whole story.
He's like, I don't know what you want me to say. He's really sticking to his story. But it becomes more and more obvious that he's actually a snake person.
Yeah.
And
I think
you also recall that Rose has spies all over the place. So
I stand up and I go over there to Stoney and I give him a little tap on the shoulder. It's nothing, Stoney. Trust me, it's nothing. And then I look him right in the face and I'm like, we tell them later. Not right now.
How many other people are in this?
Tap, and I'm just like trying to get them to sit down.
Just the 3 capos.
So just us and them.
Or the two capos and
So they probably arranged for the owner or whatever to not be here for their business.
But
yeah,
I see you're passing blame, Mr. Briscano, but if you get fed information, it's your duty, your responsibility to make sure that you have good sources. I think I want to
he's like, I think you're getting beyond the point. What's up with Caduceus? What's up with these bug things?
You're pretty interested in Caduceus? Even though they're not smuggling any drugs, there don't seem to be any competitors. I want to get the other 2 to also like turn on him, but I think that might be a lost
They're
cause.
kind of turned on him.
Okay.
Why aren't you answering the question they're saying,
I'm still trying to wrap my head around why you're asking us anything. We had no part in this. We didn't feed you information. We didn't tell you anything.
We're not blaming you, but we want to know what the fuck was going on.
Okay, I don't know why.
What you found? You suddenly were gone.
What is it you found? You sent your guys in there to die.
We found some of our people that looked like they'd been drained of all their fluids, and we found these weird mosquito things, big giant ones.
You know what? Our extent of knowledge is there are people that had their fluids drowned in weird mosquito things.
Oh.
So it sounds like we're in the same place.
Well, Banana's out for revenge, and he's probably going to do something drastic.
Well, if he wants revenge, he should just look at Mr. Briscano here. He started this whole thing.
I'm telling you, he's looking at Caduceus. I don't know what he's going to do, but
I mean, this might be a good opportunity to try to get some muscle too, if we ever want to attack Caduceus. This might be good. Yeah.
When Bonaventure says that he says, Banana may already have things in motion to get his revenge for the deaths of some of his soldiers on Caduceus. You see a little smile cross the face of Briscani, but then it kind of fades, like he's still afraid. But you definitely get that feeling like the plan's working.
Mr. Briscani, how's the family?
What do you care about my family?
I take an interest in friends, colleagues, relations.
Like, I don't have to stand here and take any of this from you. Look, I did my job. I did it to the best of my ability, and you guys got us involved in something much weirder than
you involved.
Drugs.
Again, this is the part I'm having trouble with. How did we get you involved with anything? It seems like Bonanno stuck his nose into something he probably should have kept his nose out of.
Well, he was looking for the drugs.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that when you send a bunch of armed men into a warehouse because there's so much security at the warehouse that you're going to expect to lose a few soldiers. What I don't expect to see, and I just take up, a butter knife from the dining table in the cafe, and I'm going to slide it up Frascani's cheek and try to get it right underneath the human skin.
We'll just see if you hit him. Yeah.
You got plenty of luck. Burn it all.
I don't have as much luck as I used to. But 34, I only need this fighting brawl we're using, right? It's not. I should have used my scalpel. I should have used medicine. No, I can spend 9. That's fine.
Okay.
Or we can, we can also be a dex thing if he wants to do an opposed dex, because I am just trying to go vip.
All right. As you do that and slash upwards, you do probably just 1 point of damage. But when you do, whatever his new skin spell is that he's using, his face ripples out in a shimmer from that spot you hit. And he tries to cover it up at first when you do it. You cut me. But very quickly, he is now a snake person. And Casal and Bonaventure go, "What the fuck?" as they jump back. And, one of them pulls out his gun, like, "What the hell is this?"
I'm going for my guns, too. I know that we can be hard to kill.
Brescani's like, "What the fuck did you do?" And he jumps back and tries to hide his face and falls into his chair, like this. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna walk behind him, grab his hands, and pull him away from his face.
They're like, "What the hell is it?" They're terrified. And he hisses and stuff, but doesn't seem like he's a brave.
Were we in a private part of this cafe?
Yeah, there's nobody else in here.
The mob cleared it out. The mob cleared it out.
The waiter just comes with a drink. So, hey,
I look over to the other two and I'm like, gentlemen, we may need to just, can you give us a moment alone with this person? Don't worry about it. I just want to go over there and give them a clap on the back.
They're not going to buy that. They've all got their guns trained on them and they're terrified.
I'm
can't
trying to
let this-
charm them and pull them away, just to like. It's just we'll handle this. Like I'm trying to obviously trying to pull them away if there is a way.
Stamp on Lloyd's foot.
They're shaken, but you can tell that they've lost some sanity points.
So I'm afraid your organization's been infiltrated, and we can't let this creature escape and go back to the nest and tell the others. But this is what Caduceus' secret is. They're fighting an army of these monsters.
Yeah, they're beyond. They're actually now looking at you like, what do we do? You know about this? We don't know about it. What the hell do we do? What is this thing?
This is a person pointing at the revealed snake person. This is a person that you need to make disappear the way you do.
Give him some concrete shoes.
And you don't know how long he's been spying on your organization, but you should check out his family. You should check out his lieutenants, because they can spread this thing.
Probably check out a lot of your organization. Just give him a little slash on the face.
Anybody who has a nebulous source saying to go after Caduceus might be, check those in particular, I would say. And don't forget that we helped you with this.
So they're like tie him up. They've tied him up to the chair. Well, we need information. We can make him disappear, but
information. Your organization, and you should take this straight to Bonanno, has been infiltrated by and point at the tied up snake person.
Yeah, but how do we know that Bonanno?
He's furious and he's on a warpath. I mean, I guess against Caduceus, so he might still be a snake. It's just a good excuse. I don't know. So they want to interrogate, the mob wants to interrogate this guy right here and now?
Well, sure. They're going to beat the shit out of him and find out what's going on. How about you guys?
I mean, I would like to ask him questions, but if the mob is still here and we ask him what's the inner night up to? How far have you gotten into Calcutta? What do you know? They would start asking us questions again, I feel.
That's why I was wanting to get him out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think telling these guys that these creatures call themselves the Inner Night is any problem. But specifics about our plans we need to avoid.
So you are going to interrogate him?
I mean, maybe one or two of us will stick around for this. I don't know that we all need to. Gonna get a little ugly.
Okay. Well, who wants to stick around for it and who wants to leave?
I want to stick around.
I'll wait out front real quick.
Fern's gonna be like, no thanks.
Yeah, I'll wait out front. Quick question: Did Frankie? Did she get the note at our normal shop, not the safe house, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So our safe house is still safe.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah. I'll wait out front with Miss Meadows.
Okay. The rest of you going to stay inside?
I want to stay inside.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to be able to do. I grab a cigarette and I just put it in my mouth and I light it and I start walking out with Fern and Jack.
Yeah, I'm curious about what's going to happen, but I'm also a little, I'm making sure that I still blink. I'm like, do I blink normal? Do I blink normal? I don't want to confuse things by being exposed. So I think I'm going to let the spy and the muscle human.
Don't blink too much. That'll look suspicious too.
Do I still blink normal?
All right. So Stoney and Gustav are the only ones staying inside?
Yep.
All right. So first of all, he reveals that his real name is Alyssa. And he works for Rose Meadham. His this was all part of a plan in order to get the mafia involved and getting them to damage Caduceus in some way. But he's very smug about this information. Until you start roughing him up. And as you start to rough him up, he admits that Bonanno doesn't really have any kind of plan to attack Caduceus directly yet, but he told Ardito that the plan was to blow up the Medium building, and that Ardito has already dispatched people to infiltrate Caduceus and plant bombs throughout the building and blow the whole fucking thing sky high. And they're probably there right now doing that.
Buzz? I just got in that there might be some bombs in Caduceus HQ, so you might not want to wait out front, but get there immediately. And yeah, I'm sorry, you can continue, but I'll buzz this into Buzz, our buzzer, who so we can take action.
I'll tell the group outside.
Get in a couple of bunks for us while you're in there. We'll go up to the building.
Oh my gosh,
He also-
the horse might still be there.
Well, there's hundreds and hundreds of innocent people that are there.
God, the staff
Secretaries and yeah. He also laughs at, as you're beating him up, that if you think that Caduceus is this good organization, you should see the stuff in the basement. You've probably only uncovered a bit of what's there. And then they probably beat him to the point where he's passed out. What do you guys want to do?
I've headed off to Caduceus with anybody else who, would tag along.
You guys are all running towards Caduceus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to defuse a bomb, but I'll try to help people evacuate.
This whole plot might be a perfect time to infiltrate the basement. I mean, you need to search for bombs.
Kind of what I was thinking, but as I'm running.
Do you have any plans for what to do with all of the hundreds and hundreds of people that are in the building?
Well, probably we should tell Gonzalez because, then there might be an alarm or something.
There's probably fire alarms.
Yeah. Buzz's number one priority is the sun bomb. I want it.
Want it. All right. So you get to the Medium building. You start. Well, how are you going to break yourselves up?
Well, first, I do the fastest way to get from a cafe in Brooklyn to Midtown Manhattan, 1933, since we didn't bring our flying machines, is the subway, which means we're going to have plenty of time to phone the Medium building and say, we just heard that the Banana organization is planting bombs in the building. It's after 4, so people are already getting ready to end their day. You should evacuate. And we can, I can't show my ID over the phone, but if I yell at 3 people on the phone, I'll eventually speak to Dolores or the security guy or Gonzalez. So they'll have time to evacuate before we get there.
Okay.
I can probably take my communicator and mess with it to get directly to Gonzalez.
Okay, you get your message through, and people start evacuating. So by the time you get there, there are crowds of employees outside and around the building. What do you do?
Yell at them to go further from just outside the building, because if it comes down, they're still in the danger zone.
Okay, yeah, but okay, what do you guys do?
I'm going. How much do I know about where the other sun bomb is kept after rain device?
You know where it is.
Okay.
It's in the archives.
I'm going to get that. Yeah, that's where I'm heading towards.
Is this just like it's being handled by personal security from what we can see, or are there like 3, 4, 5 fire trucks and firefighters running out and stuff?
There's no fire trucks or firefighters. There's just
probably
people
just
outside.
Internal evacuation for now.
Okay.
But go ahead and do me a spot hidden.
Why spot hidden? That's one of my worst.
Practice.
Yeah, practice. All right, 69 on. I can't spend 27 luck. No, it's a fail.
Okay.
Already spent 27 luck to pass that first check to see the guy.
So, Jack, you've run inside. How about the rest of you?
Fern's gonna run in because her pulp talent is seeing things. So she's gonna try finding the bombs and then radioing Buzz when she finds one for him to come and defuse it.
Okay. Dr. Jude, do a spot hidden for me.
You bet. It's now 63. Oh, that's great. It's I'm trying to do math in my head. It's a hard, not an extreme.
Okay. That's good. As you're approaching and the others are running towards the building, you notice on a side street, but within view of the Meadham building, you see a black limo, and you're pretty sure that through the window you can see this gangster Ardito. You've seen him before as one of them.
Okay.
He seems to be sitting there waiting for something to go on.
All right. I'm gonna carry my medical bag in the handy mode where I can get at least one get out quickly. But I'm gonna go toward him and try to explain what the Brescani situation is.
Okay. Gustav and Stoney, are you running into the building?
Yeah, I don't know what these bombs look like or anything. But
So-
yeah, I'm gonna run into the building and see if I can find some bombs or something.
Okay.
If Fern sees a bomb and points it out to me, can I roll like a mechanical repair to like understand how to make it stop?
Yeah, well, we'll get to that when it happens.
Okay, because I'm going to tell Stoney how to do it, or Goose how to do it, and then I'm going to head towards the sun bomb.
Okay. So, Jack, you're heading towards where you know the half-terrain device is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to make sure people know, like, I want to get my eyes on one of the explosives, know how to disable it, and then tell Stoney and Goose, whoever else is in the building, hey, do this to disable it, and then I head for the thing.
Fern, Stoney, and Gustav, I would like you to do spot hiddens for me as you're running into the building.
If I got the
Just
chance, I'm gonna
directly
run
to
into.
I got an extreme.
Okay.
At a regular.
I got a hard.
Okay. Well, Fern got the extreme. You're looking for something out of place. What you see is when you are, give me one of the floors that you're on. Which floor are you on?
Probably she just started at the lobby looking around.
Okay. What you noticed in that moment was you noticed a janitor, and the janitor had a kind of a thing, that janitors have with their supplies and stuff on them. And as he was walking by a certain part of the room with that, pushing it along, you saw him reach in and pull out a briefcase and set the briefcase kind of in a petition in the wall. He just slipped it in there and then kept going. Looked very suspicious.
I guess, I don't know, was Fern present when Buzz was telling the other guys how to defuse a bomb?
He hasn't said anything yet. He's looking
okay.
for his own thing.
Yeah.
You guys are running through the building.
Buzz, I just saw something real suspicious, and I'm pretty sure it was a bomb being placed. It looks like it's in a case, though. I need to go. I don't know if I should open it. I don't want it to go off.
Well, look at it. Look around. See if there's anything connected towards the latches or anything that would sever a connection. If there's nothing that would, when you flip the latch, if it would, if it's not going to sever any kind of connection, then opening it's probably safe.
Do I see anything from?
So you're going to go over to where it is?
Yeah, I'm going to go over to where it is. Yeah.
It's a standard size briefcase. It has little, gold latches on it. They're not really gold, but they're brass latches on it. It's the kind that looks like it has a combination lock on it. And the combination currently is set to 000. And you can hear a very distinct tick, 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 tick coming from the briefcase. You don't see anything attached to it.
Yeah, but Buzz, this is definitely bomb. It's ticking, but it has a combination lock on it.
Well, how close are we to a river? Because my best guess now is toss it in a body of water.
I don't know. David can tell us. You're Manhattan. Is there water?
There's a large lake in Central Park, and there's the Hudson River, but you have to travel a distance either way. And of course, you'd want to take them all, and you'd kill a lot of fish.
So, okay. If it requires some like a 3-digit set of numbers to enter it, any wires would probably be connected from the inside, so we couldn't see those. I don't know that you can open it unless you just cut out the top of it and get a look in. I don't Miss Meadows, I don't know. Without seeing it, I don't know if there's anything that if you turn that dial to the wrong thing, it's going to explode it.
That's what I'm afraid of. Is the janitor's cart, did he just abandon it?
Yeah, he just left it.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss it in this cart that he left behind and just wheel it down the street so nobody's going to freak out, and just try to drop it in somewhere that doesn't look like there's anybody around.
As someone, excuse me, as someone who knows mechanical things, do I have an estimate on how many bombs it would take to bring this building down?
You have no idea. Well, we can jump back to Dr. Harrow. I assume you others are also looking for bombs.
Yeah.
We'll say that you guys all passed your spot hiddens, didn't you?
Yes.
So you all find similar things. You find a briefcase shoved into a corner or under a table or under a pillar that's ticking.
I was actually heading downstairs. I'm not looking for a briefcase.
You're going to head downstairs? All right, you're heading downstairs. Dr. Harrow, you go up to the car with Ardito in it. Are you using any kind of stealth to get up there, or?
No, I'm approaching pretty swiftly and clearly down the alley. I'm more like, hey, I want to talk to you more than I'm going to surprise you in this alley.
Beat it, he says. Like he doesn't know.
Mr. Ardito, I just come from the Green Garden at a meeting, and there's important news. You want to hear about this? It affects the plan.
What? What are you talking about?
Get up to the car and say, so Briscani was the meeting with Boventuri and Casal, and the guy's a spy. The guy, you have to ask them about it because we don't have time. But the whole thing is that Briscani was trying to get you to attack Caduceus and Caduceus to respond. And he's crooked. They're taking him over to dump in the Gowanus right now. They've been knocking the truth out of him. And that's how we found out what was going on.
You need to do a hard persuade.
My persuade is 50, so hard is 25.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
I'm going to have to pivot. I do not have 70 points of luck to make a hard. That's another 90, a 95. So I see, him like look away in disinterest.
Oh, yeah, you're not convincing him. He doesn't know who you are.
Right. So here we go. I'm going to say, Ardito, goddammit, there's no time, and pull out my pocket watch and swing it in front of his face. Ardito, we have to hurry. We have no time. Focus your attention, Ardito. You see how late it is.
Do a hypnotism roll. I like it.
What is my...
Is this the first time?
It's the
I
first
think so,
time.
yeah.
I keep offering
Nice.
it.
He's not just doing this, which
right.
in old movies.
We're going to get him to do it a lot more often when we get the coma basement set up.
Where is my skill? That's what I'm confused by. Oh, there it is.
Wait.
Okay. All right. 17 under 52. So that's a hard. Oh, but it's actually an opposed roll, right? He has to do his POW. I think that's how it works.
No, what is POW?
Because he's not agreeing to it. But I assume, he's a mob boss. He's not going to be.
We'll assume, yeah, he got 82, so he did. So the pupils in his eyes do this, and then they start to spin and make little spirals. And he, what do you want to ask him? Or what do you want to?
We need to get the explosives out or turned off. Do you know where they went? Do you know how they work?
He says, I got 10 men in there planting bombs on as many floors as they can. They're in briefcases. And once they've been activated, they
blasting comms now to the team.
They'll go off in about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. They're in briefcases. How do you disarm them?
You don't.
So we just have to get them out in 20 minutes.
Yeah. He says, yeah, I mean, you might, if you can get to the guys before they arm them, then.
How do they arm them?
There's a key. I'm sorry. No, they set the thing for 000. But once it's set, then it's activated. 20 minutes.
All right. If any of your men come out, you need to tell them to retrieve them.
Okay.
And I'll go in and join the others and try to clear them out.
All right.
Anything else you could tell us? Just at every floor they could get 10 of them?
Yeah. So you can guess which floors they would have access to and which ones they wouldn't.
Right. Public floors only.
Now, if you relay all that information, you guys are now at the point where you have an opportunity. I mean,
I have two ideas. One being we load them all into the limo. Dr. Harrow sends them, has them drive off somewhere. I don't know if we have time for that. The other idea is I feel like the basement or the sub basement is probably the most protected part of this building. So we just take them all down there. A blast radius is a blast radius. If you put 10 bombs on top of each other that have the same blast radius, they're not going to amplify that. They're still going to blow up the same radius they're going to, whether it's 1 or 10.
Yeah, but doesn't the supports that hold the building up mostly come down to the...
I don't think they go down into the basement. I think they stop at ground level. The basement's just dug down into the ground. And I mean, and that's where all their secret shit is. They're going to protect that. It's going to be fortified down there. So if worst case scenario, 10 things blow up in the basement, I feel like that's pretty well contained.
We don't see what's in the basement after that.
We would have to admit to Caduceus that we know about their secret basement. Otherwise, how would we plant them there? Or
there's also a couple
or
of
we let their building blow up.
One is you don't know when they've been activated. Probably within the last few minutes. You don't know exactly how much time you have. And you still have to find them. The chances of the 6 of you finding 10 bombs on 10 different floors.
I think what we do is we scatter and take as many as we can to the elevator bank and just let them go off in the elevator, which is going to be reinforced. They'll all be on a column that way. They won't be blowing up here and there all over the building. I don't know how big these bombs are, but it doesn't sound like they actually were trying to destroy the building. It sounds like they were trying to kill a lot of people and cause a lot of chaos, because this is not how demolitions work.
You know what? I'm going to get the half-terrain device and get out of here.
How big?
I think dump all the bombs in one place wherever that is. Minimize the damage by putting them all in one place.
How big would the largest blast radius possibly be for like suitcase, like what?
There's nothing stronger now than TNT that they have access to, and there's only so much TNT you can get in a suitcase.
Let's assume then that Buzz has managed to open one of these cases by prying it open. And there's a bundle of TNT in there. You're pretty sure this wouldn't destroy the building unless they were really lucky. It would definitely do a lot of damage to the building. Also do an idea check.
18, which is a hard.
Okay. If you were to put them up against the windows on the floor that you find them, most of the blast would probably just blow out the window. It would blow into the building a little bit, but it might start a fire. It might not. It certainly wouldn't destroy the building, but it'll damage it.
Yeah. Find as many as you can, put them in windows, and then get the hell out. I'd say you have
call it 10 minutes from now.
Yeah. I'm going to get the sun bomb out of here. I don't think it's the way it works, but I don't want to chance one of these things blowing up near it.
Well, we know we don't want to shake it and have it start timing. That's how it happened.
What floors are you guys on? So that way we're not doubling up.
I haven't.
We'll assume that you
running.
Okay.
We'll assume you coordinate that.
In 12 minutes, all of us are outside the building.
So Lloyd, you're going downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to go?
where we've been keeping all of the really nice toys, like the staff, everything that we have, like all of the valuable like relics and things, all of the weapons that we have like had access to.
Okay.
Isn't that in the basement?
I think the archive is actually on 7 or 8.
Is
Or
it
somewhere in the middle.
Probably going right where I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're probably heading for the same place, but yeah, I was just booking it straight for there.
All
Oh,
right.
hey, Lloyd, what are you doing here?
You're going to see, are there any people around, or has everyone vacated this place?
Everybody's been vacated the building. Yeah.
I don't know what this room looks like. Is it like, I'm thinking of like a place full of like lock boxes and stuff like this, and like they're
Not really. Mostly things on shelves.
A miniature Raiders of the Lost Ark place.
I'm grabbing what I can to put in my pockets. Like Jack can clearly see me doing this. Like I don't care. Like I am grabbing it. It is going in my pockets, and like I am putting it down. Like he can clearly see. Like I am raiding this place.
You know what? As long as you get the scepter and the whip, I don't care.
Yes, I will definitely grab those two, and whatever else I can get.
Have you seen the sun bomb?
If I see it, I will tell them.
Find that without any difficulty. But
Yeah, as long as you get those two things, I don't care what else you take. Whatever it mutates you into, I don't care.
You were already looking at it anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to need all of this anyway, more than likely, and like it's not going to hurt. They don't need it, and I'm just loading everything I can, as I am pack ratting it into my clothes at this point.
I am holding one sun bomb, and Lloyd is loaded down with just pockets full of gold, and hopefully a scepter.
It's not just
and
gold.
and a
I'm
whip.
actually going for like relics and weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Gold is nice, but at this point, we need power.
Be on the street
Right.
in 7 minutes, Lloyd.
No problem.
All right. So we're going to assume then that you've all grabbed what you needed and you get out and into the street. And in fact, at some point, maybe 10, 15 minutes, one of the bombs goes off. You hear it shatter the window. And in succession, they start going off all over. The damage to the building is considerable. Well, to the outside of the building, things on those floors are damaged, and some fires start. So they have to send in the fire truck, the firemen and all of that. We'll say that you have secured your booty wherever you want, maybe in your car or something like that. Do you guys want to, while the building is completely empty, do you want to go in? Well, it's not completely empty. There are firefighters and there are people, but
definitely we're going in checking
I'm terribly
for any
afraid
more bombs.
there may be more bombs in the cellar.
Exactly.
okay. All right. So you guys you're planning on going down.
Yeah, flashlights, rubber boots, and
Would
sacks.
that be all of us? At this point, it'd probably be all of us, I would think, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's all of you.
I'm definitely going.
I think Buzz is probably getting to the safe house with the sun bomb. I need that to be somewhere secure.
I was wondering if because you had met earlier with Frankie down here and gotten that message, you could have called her to come and have a vehicle so that you could get.
We'll say that. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll say that
Yeah.
that she comes with a vehicle and takes all of your stuff.
This gets somewhere. This specifically gets somewhere secure where it can't be bumped around.
Okay. All right. So you're all together. While there's some pandemonium going on upstairs, the basement was unaffected by what's going on. Get down into the basement. You also notice that the security is kind of turned off, so there's nobody down here. The labs are all open.
Doors are locked.
Once again, you come down here And you find, no, they're not locked, actually.
Okay.
You find that special wall that seemed to have a hidden door in it that led to the more interesting parts. You saw that there were clones of Rose Meadham. You saw that there were rooms with statues. Once again, their eyes, they were like alive inside the rock. What do you guys want to do? There was some unexplored areas.
Well, we probably need to secure the door so that way the firefighters and stuff don't accidentally come down here too.
Okay.
Okay. So do we push one of those statues across the door, like their face is just like leaning on it?
Yeah, and Lloyd just says, "Hey, watch here for us."
And I'm just like, hey, hold the door, and just set them right there on it. And just give him a tap on the back. Good man.
Rough. Yeah, I would like to, while we're scattering and looking at stuff, I'd like to look at the different cloned roses and see if they have any like insignia on the containers they're in. Are there different dates? Do they have clipboards with little notes? I'd like to figure out what I can about this project and where it's at.
It's definitely looking like there probably are plenty of notes that go along with it. The initial project was the idea that if they could clone Rose's human body, then they could have somebody else take that body and then infiltrate the inner night, hopefully bump off Rose Meadham. The problem is they're getting some odd mutations here and there, and that none of them are coming out with the facial scars that Rose Meadham seems to have. So she must have taken that damage after they got, well, even if they got the cells from earlier, from after,
Yeah.
it still wouldn't have grown back with facial scars. Okay. You look through those things and you come to the place where you notice the corridor going off away from you. Assume that, I mean, are you going to go and see what's down there? It looks like there might be more rooms down there.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't there some sort of tiny Vormis hybrid in there too?
Yeah, there is in one of the rooms. Now
Was
you
it
can
just
see that.
dead?
No, it looks like they were doing things to it.
Okay.
They were shocking its brain and they were performing some sort of horrible, hideous vivisection.
Maybe we should
Horribleness to
make
it.
sure it's not out of its misery.
Right, I don't like the idea of just leaving them there. I mean, we met the Vormis, and while they're not the most intelligent, they certainly have feelings.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to dispatch that one.
Yeah.
You also, I'll give you a few other things. You've noticed that once again, those statues of people, they're not just statues. They're alive inside there. And all of them have expressions of horror on their face, like they're seeing something. It reminds you very much of the idea of, Medusa, that they've seen something that has terrified them and put them in that state, alive yet not alive.
How many are there of those?
We'll say a dozen of them.
Are they just like being Is it like just storage? Are they just put in that room and that's it? Or are there any like
There's
are they trying to
evidence.
reverse the process or are they just trying to study it to apply it to
Yeah,
others?
there's evidence that maybe they were trying to do something to see if they could fix it, but there's literally pieces of them shattered on the floor where fiddling with them didn't seem to do any good. In fact, it did more damage than anything else.
And the positions that they're in, their expressions, is this same as the ones at the mansion?
Yeah, very similar. In
Okay.
fact, some of them seem to be dressed in stone clothing that will do an
Who all went
intelligence
there?
roll for me.
Who all went to the mansion? That I know I went.
Okay, that time I got a hard success.
I got 100.
Oh no. My brain aneurysm spread.
Yeah.
Push through it. Push through the aneurysm.
Fern, you passed.
I did.
Some of these people are dressed like security personnel, and some of them are dressed like you'd think scientists.
They took these from the mansion. Look how they're dressed.
I don't remember. I was at the mansion, but they weren't dressed all as scientists there, right?
Well, you didn't
Those.
really think about it at the time.
Well, at
Okay.
least the guards. I mean, the guards were missing, and
Yeah,
For
there
the
were
most
people
part,
missing.
for the most part, I mean, everybody's men are all dressed in suits. So you don't see anybody dressed in a dress, but you do see if there were women, they were dressed like doctors or scientists or yeah, that seems to
And
be
parts have broken off, but no vital parts, right? There's not like one statue is broken in half, but he's still twitching his eyes or something like that.
we'll say that there are some completely shattered ones on the ground. And yeah, you don't see any life in them, but
So
Do
that
we have
might
a
just be the humane thing to do to shatter him in the
yeah?
end.
Do we just shove them over? Do we pile them all up and plan G them?
they're going to know that you've been down here.
Yeah, that's also true.
Uh, so we leave them to sit here forever.
I mean, we've already put 2 bullets in the head of the foremost, so they'll know somebody was down here. But
Yeah.
There.
was-
Well, also at the same time, if we do have any grenades and we can set those off pretty damn quickly, they're not going to know the difference between someone else coming down here that already set bombs and us. They'll just
Yeah,
think someone else came down here. Like, let's stick a screwdriver in the door, look like it's been pried open.
I don't think the forensic analysis is going to be very specific. But let's see what else there is down here before we decide what else to blow up.
Yeah.
We might find, they've got 3 rooms of school children in the back.
Oh God.
I don't. No,
I don't want to plan G school children.
Ideally not.
I don't think. Oh, and they're all snake children, and they're all cute. And no,
As you're looking around, you come to a corridor that you didn't find last time. I mean, it was there. You just didn't go in this direction. The corridor looks like it's about 100 feet long going away from you. It's straight. There are pillars at regular intervals going off into the distance. And at the very end of it, it looks like there is a smooth, silvery metal door.
The architecture is in keeping with the rest of the building.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just a little snakier down here.
In this case, it's very industrial. It's just a long, empty corridor with these square pillars.
What direction are we
regular.
facing? Fern? This east?
You're
Is it facing east?
you can guess. Yeah, okay. It's facing east.
Does the door not have a normal handle on it, I'm assuming?
You don't see anything. It's 100 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we need to be cautious going in through these arches. Maybe this is some sort of sub-security. Why don't you go ahead, Buzz, to see if you can detect any kind of sneaky bits. Mind the floor, look for little holes in the wall or whatever.
Okay. So you're heading in to it. Buzz is going first.
Yeah. Make sure nothing's gonna catch us unawares.
Do a spot hidden for me, Buzz.
Hey, an 11. That's
Pretty
extreme.
good. Well, there do seem to be baseboards along all of the things that are cut very neatly around each pillar as they go along. Because of houses and things like that, you assume that they've been nailed into the wall. And you do notice little dots that look like, holes as you're going. And just as you notice that, the lights go out. Everything goes dark, and you are in pitch blackness in this corridor.
That's why I said we needed flashlights, canvas bags, and pry bars.
You think
Wait a
the
minute.
firefighters cut the power?
Wait a minute. I can almost see in the dark because I got that unnatural sightness thing from going crazy.
Okay.
Lloyd, do you want to tell us what's going on before we light the place up and ruin your night vision?
Yeah, I'm just looking around and you kind of see like it's slightly opalescent, like eyes glowing slightly. Like
as you look around the corridor, something's definitely different. You know how you have kind of that retinal after image, when it's bright and it's dark.
mm-hmm.
You think that the wall where the pillar was right here, but it's not there anymore. It's farther away from you. You think that you're in a much bigger area than the corridor. And there's things around the room. They look like metal cages. And you all kind of notice that it smells weird, almost like antiseptic. And it's hot. It's much warmer than it seemed before. What do you want to do?
This is weird.
If I take a couple steps backward in the direction that I came, does everything stay dark and weird? Or can I step out of this?
You take a couple of steps backwards, and right at the back of your knee, you hit something like a metal bar, and you lose your balance a little, and you fall back, and you're sitting down on what feels like a cot.
Friends, we are not in Manhattan anymore.
You can hear the sound of birds somewhere. And just as you are standing there, you see a light ahead of you. It's two squares of light. And you realize that you're in a room. There's a double door with square windows in it. There's a room beyond that the lights just came on. And there's a person who's coming in through the double doors. And she's it's a female. She's startled for a moment when she sees you, and she flips on the lights and says, "Oh, good, you're awake." And that's where we'll end it for this. She's dressed like a nurse.
What?
I've played this game before.
Yeah.
What?
Do I hear Cuban music in the distance?
Wait a minute. This isn't. We're not all of a sudden playing, like the tarot card one, like Burning Stars, is it?
Oh, don't spoil.
You'll find out.
I didn't spoil anything yet.
Did all of us play that one? I think, because
Yeah.
I was with Jack in that one at least.
Don't say anything out loud. But anyways, our players included Cohen Lighton, Carrie Comer, Kent Blue, Julian Arba, Dakota Poole, and David Gasway, with yours truly as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows, free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, and iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Pulp Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.